I met a Gypsy.
And then I was going to retire. Get this. I was going to retire then. And I was only working back then. It was 250 guys, right? It was, and then Ivan Tedesco and Matt Walker show up at my office and say, "Hey, Matt was kind of doing the talking, and Ivan was kind of quiet. Matt was like, "Hey," because he was friends with Ezra and would see what I would do. He's all, "Hey, we're interested in you helping us out next year and doing what you do with Ezra and those guys." And I'm like, "Oh, guys, I'm kind of done. I think, I didn't want to be small timer, but I was like, I work on 250 guys. You guys are at 125.
Yeah.
I don't really do that. I had already learned enough about it to where, I was kind of small time for me." And they said, "Well, what would it take?" And I told them my price, and Walker's like, "Whoa, bro, we can't afford that." And they both said, "Oh yeah, that's kind of out of our thing." And I said, "Oh, wish you the best. It's like, no problem. I get it. It's business, no hard feelings." And they left. Ivan calls me that night and says, "Hey, can I come back down?" I said, "Sure. What do you want to talk about?" And he said, "I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I kind of feel like in my position in my career right now, you're the missing piece of puzzle that I need. Can I come down and talk to you?" And I said, "Sure, come down and talk." I'm thinking to myself, I'm not changing the price. I mean, what, did he rob a bank and now he can afford it or something? I didn't say that, but something like that. He shows up at my office and he goes, "Can I talk to you back in a room?" It was just him. Matt wasn't there. And he came back and he goes, he's kind of like looking at me and then kind of looking down. He's like, "Hey, Dr. G, like that's a lot of money for me, but I really feel like you're the missing piece of puzzle in my program that can get me to that next level." Now, mind you, I didn't even know who Ivan Tedesco was, right? So I was like, I like this kid. Like, you know what? He's like kind of calling me out. He goes, I don't know if I can afford it, but would you work with me?" And I was like, "Okay, you know what? Let's do this. I like you." And started working with him a little bit, showed up to Anaheim and it was practice and it had rained and he was doing the jumps and he ate crap. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what have I got myself into? I'm going to be stuck with this dude that sucks the whole year." And sure enough, that was the year Ivan won every single Supercross race except for, I think it was San Francisco. I think he lost to Nate Ramsey.
Yeah, he lost one.
Lost to Nate Ramsey.
Yeah.
And
he was amazing that year, wasn't he?
He was so good. I mean, I thought he still gets mad at me to this day because I thought he was the guy that did the parade lap with the sombrero on his head, which was, I think, Vallejo or someone like that. But I go, "Dude, I didn't want to work with you because you're an idiot. You do the parade lap with the sombrero." He goes, "Gee, that wasn't me." He's so pissed off at me. And to this day, I still give him a hard time. But Ivan was the one that kind of got me back into it. And then that was when it changed back to
the Saturday Nationals.
And he talked me into going to all the races with him. And I mean, you know the rest. Ivan ended up, I'm not saying it's because of me, but like, I just think he needed that, what we've talked about, that one little piece that he felt that's the security.
Yeah.
And dude, he went on to win another Supercross championship, another an outdoor title. Then, he went big and, the Suzuki contract with Ricky. And that's when,
Factory
I was
Honda.
working with Factory Honda with Davey. And I mean, he's the one that pretty much put me on the map
with the modern
thing, and to this day, I still think Ivan, he's the one, or it's his fault that I'm traveling every weekend. But Ivan and I are like this.
He's the best.
He's the best. I don't have to see the guy for a month, and every time I see him, it's right back to where we went. We went through a lot together. So, he's one of the most underrated moto dudes. I mean, when I tell people, my very first experience of a Motocross Nations was with Ivan when it was him, Kevin, and Ricky at Ernay.
Yep.
In, I don't remember the years.
Maybe, like 05?
05, maybe. I think it was 05. I had never experienced that before, right? So I went over there And there was so many people watching that race that you could have dropped somebody from a helicopter and they wouldn't have hit the ground. That's how many people were there. And what tripped me out is this doesn't happen now. Everybody there was cheering for Ricky Carmichael. It didn't matter what country you were from. Ricky Carmichael. Yeah. I was like, why is everybody cheering for Ricky Carmichael? It's like he was such a bad dude that everybody cheered for Ricky because, I mean, he's the GOAT, right? Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then I did another 2 with him. Ivan Tedesco never lost a Motocross Nations. Did 3 of them, and he won all 3. Matterley Basin, I think, was the next one.
Yep.
And then Italy, I think. So, Ivan put me on the map. I'll give him all the credit.
That's crazy.
All the credit.
I saw him on Saturday by himself, riding at Cahir Creek last Saturday. Just went out. I pulled in and big number 9.
He's still a bad dude on a motorcycle.
And he just likes riding. Like, he obviously rides for work. Like, he's, doing the Triumph thing. But, like, I pulled up. I rode up to him and I was like, hey, what's going on? He's like, man, I just needed to come out for a ride, dude. Like, it's good for the mind. It's good for the soul. I was like, bro.
Love that kid.
Love you.
Love him. He's a salt of the earth.
Yeah.
I could sit here for you for another 3 hours and tell you some of the coolest stories that.
What's your favorite? One of the favorites.
Oh, man. Oh, I mean, you have to do the Alessi thing where.
Dude.
That was gnarly. Went down to the last race.
Yep.
And
Helen.
We were in a motorhome, and Alessi was in a motorhome right next to him.
No.
And Ivan's all like, put up the windows. I want him to hear what I'm. Yeah. And dude, talk about locked and loaded and ready to go. And but he was nervous. I could tell he was really nervous. But that's one of the cool things. The cool part is I still have the jersey from that.
No way.
I happened to be down at the podium and he tossed me the jersey, and I still have that thing. So
that's a piece of history.
One of my favorite. He also made me throw up on an airplane because he threw a nicotine pouch in my water and I didn't know, and I swallowed it and barfed all over the place. So I hate you for that, Ivan Tedesco. But we still laugh. It's the worst. I sat on the plane and he was giggling, and I'm like, what is he laughing at? And all of a sudden, man, I started spinning and the plane started taking off, and I ran to the bathroom and the ladies, sir, you need to sit down. I ain't sitting down anyway. Barfed all over the place. I looked in there and there was a pouch in the toilet, and I went back. I was going to kill him. And he just thought it was so funny. I'm like, I will get you back, Ivan Tedesco. Yeah.
That's brutal, dude. On a plane.
On a plane. It was bad. It was embarrassing.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.